I ended up moving in with my brother after losing everything, and I had my 2 kids, my 10-year-old and my 1-year-old at the time, and his dad, my daughter's dad, said that he would take her while I get on my feet and get me a job because he hasn't seen her in 3 months. Me being gullible and naive, still like not thinking too much of it, I let her go. It was time for me to pick her up. When I went to go pick her up, hell broke loose, literally. So we ended up fighting. This time, I call it the battered woman syndrome because after so many times of you going through domestic violence or abuse, or even if it's mental abuse, you have a breaking point. So this time when I broke, I messed up, and I don't want to say it like that because no one should put their hands on anyone, whether it be female or male. But I ended up putting my hands on him and ended up in jail because of that. When I got out of jail, I reached out to the Community Action League to see if there was anything that they could do to help me. I didn't have a car, I didn't have a job, I didn't have anything. And I was going through dealing with CPS too at the same time because of that fight that broke out. CPS ended up being called and they wanted to take my kids and things like that. I had to sign over temporary custody to my brother because they were trying to give my son, which is no relation to my daughter's dad, to him as well as his own child. So just to nip everything in the bud, I just signed over temporary custody for 6 months, attending my classes. Meantime, in between time, the Community Action League reached out to me, told me that they would help me get a car. That was the first step, so I was mobile and able to make it to my appointments and visit my kids on the weekends and things like that. At the same time, I had to do domestic violence classes as well because I did put my hands on him. I ended up being arrested that night, the last fight, and that was in November, the last fight. So last time I seen him, the last fight. So time went on, and it wasn't an easy step, but I got through it. In January, Community Action League offered me a job, so now I'm working. After me getting my car, which was a blessing too as well, which I appreciate, and then my CPS case closed in February, and then Community Action League helped me get my apartment, which I'm at now, more stable, more mentally aware, and learning to grow in places that I didn't expect to have to grow. So now I'm growing, I'm taking accountability. I appreciate you guys so much for being there. Just wanted to share my story and how I ended up where I am now. And I can't do anything but be grateful because things could have turned out worse. I could have lost my kids into the system and didn't have, nothing, literally, because my kids are my world, and I would hate for them not to be in the same household as me. But yes, Community Action League helped me get my place, got me a car, a job, to where I didn't have to worry about anything but completing my classes and focusing on my children. I've been in my place for about a month now, and it's no better feeling than that. No better feeling than going through all that stuff and not knowing why a person is doing something to me or why this person hates me so much, to now, to where I realize and I understand I should have paid attention to the red flags. So I have to take accountability for that too as well. And yeah, that's pretty much my story. Once again, my name is Neonsha Gardner. Thank you again, Pharaoh Mitchell. I appreciate you so much, and everybody else that had a helping hand along the way too. Thank you. Bye-bye.